Hi everyone. Welcome to this video course. In this series, I will show what an ESP32 is, and how to program it with MicroPython, and then conclude with an example of a possible project. To begin with, in this first introductory video, we will see what an ESP32 is, and the various models on the market. So, if you have already chosen your board, and you know it, you can go to the next video. The ESP line is a line of microcontrollers made by Espressif. First, we need to understand what SoC, modules, and development kits are. The SoC is the main part of the board, the part that is able to work without a module and development kit, so to speak. It is the gray square that we find on the board with many pins. It is usually found already mounted with a module. The most common is the antenna. If you want to create a prototype of a project, the best choice is to buy the SoC with a module already soldered onto a development kit. This is because the kit is nothing more than a way to easily access the SoC pins. Once the prototype phase is finished, where you want to create a project to sell and produce serially, it is excellent to use only the SoC, and possibly the module, soldering them onto an electronic board. Now let's take a look at the different series of SoC produced. I won't go into details, since you can find them written very clearly on the official website, but I will only give an explanation of the main categories and uses. Let's start from the bottom of the page, with the oldest board. The ESP8266 is no longer recommended by Espressif itself, which recommends replacing it with the ESP32C2. It does not have Bluetooth, but only Wi-Fi. Below you will find in detail the name of the SoC and the recommended replacement, the links for the purchase, the number of core, the dimensions, the number of pins, the RAM and ROM capacity in kilobytes, the capacity of the flash memory and PSIM in megabytes, the modules and development boards to which they can be attached, and finally the footprint. The latter is nothing more than the 2D or 3D model of the SoC, which can be used in the design of the board. Going up we find the ESP32 SoC, which are more. The main innovation is the introduction of Bluetooth on the board. The ESP32H2 has a single SoC, and introduces support for IEEE 802.15.4. The C2 series is the recommended one for replacing the old ESP8266. As you go up you will find increasingly innovative and high-performance boards up to the brand new ESP32P, for which, in addition to practically doubling the number of pins, introduces a high audio and video processing capacity, which makes it very useful in the world of IoT constantly growing. The Espressif website, similarly to how it displays the SoCs, also shows all the possible modules. Now we talk about development kits. There are many, some more complete, and therefore expensive, like this one which has many peripherals, or this one which has a screen where we now see a pigeon. But the most common are these, which present in the top of the SoC, on the sides the pins connecting to it, and at the bottom we see two USB sockets, although it is more common to find them with only one. In the last column of the table of each tab you will find the very detailed user guide. In these videos I will use the ESP32S3 DevKit C1. As the guide for this board says, it may have micro or Type-C USB ports. That's all for this video. If you liked it I ask you to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you want clarification or videos on other things, let me know in the comments.